Have you ever witnessed a man go from calm to disastrous in just 60 seconds? Because Kirk Frost recently gave the meltdown of the decade. And it wasn't about business deals, record labels, or his fashionably questionable fedora collection. It was above a bedroom video. Yep. A leaked blurry hotel room video featuring his wife, Rasheeda, and the always intertwined Young Joc. Now, tell me how a video titled Play Me ends up in Kirk's hands 2 nights before filming, and what caused him to storm across the set like he was auditioning for a Tyler Perry tragedy. Was it staged, sabotage, or outright betrayal? Let's discuss about the footage. We are talking dim lighting, a hotel room, drinks clinking, legs overlapping, intimate, possibly innocent, highly unlikely, suspicious, perhaps a murder scene for emotions.so. How did Love and Hip Hop's most troubled couple go from power couple to public implosion in a matter of minutes? Who sent the footage? Why was Joc's hand on Rasheeda's thigh as if it paid rent? And did Kirk actually yell, "Let the world see this"? As the cameras were rolling, buckle up, because this isn't just reality TV. This is a complete emotional breakdown, demolition. Now, shall we set the scene? It's supposed to be just another crazy day on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, where drama flows like bottled water and trust evaporates faster than Kirk's self-control. But this time, darling, this wasn't your typical mess. This was an Olympic-level, history-making disaster. Because this isn't some petty Instagram unfollowing or someone coming up late to a green screen shoot. No, this is a leaking bedroom scene, a broken marriage, and a cast so shaken that producers almost pulled the plug. So who is involved? Oh, only 3 of the most constantly dramatic, emotionally allergic to peace, and scandal-prone individuals on reality television. Let us begin with the man of the hour, Kirk Frost, known to be allergic to accountability and emotionally constipated. Since season 1, Kirk's name has been associated with more controversy than an expired rapper's mixtape. From adulterous scandals to hidden babies, Kirks are a source of legendary shame on reality television. So when Kirk becomes angry, you know something has gone horribly wrong. Then we have Rasheeda, the boss chick rapper, turned wife, then co-star, and finally emotional captive. For years, she stuck at Kirk's side despite baby mama's treachery and odd conduct. But now the tables have turned, and she's in the hot seat. And boy, she was not prepared for the flames. Finally, he enters stage left, wearing sunglasses and sporting a grin he never deserved. Young Joc, the human version of Oops. Joc has been more entangled than a pair of Apple headphones and somehow always leaves with his reputation intact. Still doubtful. He's like the man who arrives late to a fight but claims to have thrown the first punch. You get the picture. So, how did these 3 wind up involved in such a major scandal? Even Mona Scott Young probably exclaimed, "Hold up, y'all did WH." Let's rewind. According to sources, the incident began when Kirk received a suspicious flash drive slid under his dressing room door or handed off by a salty crew member, depending on who's gossiping. All we know is that Kirk opened a file called Play Me, and what he saw was enough to make him forget every ounce of cool he had ever pretended to have. Inside the video, there is a low-quality phone clip of Rasheeda and Young that is clearly not intended for public viewing. Joc is in a motel room. There was no camera crew, makeup, or plotline. Just them drinking, joking, and sitting close together. Joc's hand casually resting on Rasheeda's leg as if it were his after-party. The vibe, not friendship. The energy is clearly not benign. And you already know Kirk isn't built for subtlety. This man did not pause, rewind, or even ask questions. Instead, he stormed on set during a filming day that was supposed to be about someone else's baby daddy issue and transformed it into the Kirk Frost post-apocalyptic meltdown. According to 3 on-set sources and 1 rogue production assistant who reportedly leaked an audio tape, Kirk arrived late, dead silent, with wrath in his eyes and receipts in hand. For the first 15 minutes, he simply stared at Rasheeda from across the room. She smiled nervously and waved faintly. He didn't blink, just boom. Kirk yelled across the set, as if it were a church revival combined with an intervention. "So, here's what you've been doing behind my back. Do you think I am a joke?" Everyone froze. Joc attempted to intervene, perhaps believing Kirk was overreacting, until Kirk slammed a folding chair into the wall like he was reenacting a WWE scenario. Producers went into a panic. Cameras, oh baby, they just kept rolling. Then came the quote of the day. "Nah, Don't cut anything. Allow the world to see this. Allow them to experience what occurs when you trust the damn wrong folks. You could hear a pin drop. Perhaps that was the sound of Rasheeda's soul leaving her body. Rasheeda, attempting to play it calm, went up slowly. Rasheed is unable to exit her automobile, and Young Joc is elsewhere, pretending that this isn't entirely his fault. Classic love and hip-hop anarchy. But just when you thought the drama had peaked with hotel room thigh grabs and viral hashtags, another video emerges. Yes, you read it correctly, because apparently one blurry clip was insufficient for this Greek tragedy with lace fronts. That evening, as Rasheeda sat furious in her car, her phone buzzed with a text from a blocked number. The video file is titled Rasheeda's Secret Bargain Revealed MP4. So what does our girl do? She opens it. Obviously, what was seen was a secretly recorded conversation between Rasheeda and a network executive from a rival reality show, when they discussed swapping LL for a bigger bag and more screen time. No Kirk in sight, and no hint of telling him. And the audio is very clear. You deserve your own show. The producer refers to you as the brand rather than your marriage. We will construct around you. There's no drama, Kirk. Rasheeda has rebranded. Phew. Someone call the cops and have gavel sound the alarm. Rasheeda shivered because she realized this is more than just that one hotel video with Joc. It is about everything Kirk did not know. And now that he does, things don't seem good. Meanwhile, Angel, a Minda mutual friend and occasional cast member who appears as a reality TV guardian, texts Kirk, "Yo, Kirk, man up. You can't run from this. Talk to her." Kirk does not respond. He is in complete shutdown mode. Hairline recedes with each flashback. The chest is weighted with betrayal. Pride is gone. Trust shattered. Emotions are pouring like Joc's barber secrets. However, this is where things become even more exciting. Insiders allege the original flash drive contained more than one video. It held 3. The third never aired or leaked, although it purportedly has footage of Joc insulting Kirk while speaking with producers. Yep, Joc allegedly added, "Brace yourself, man. Kirk has been sleeping on Rasheeda for a long time. I'm amazed she didn't leave his dusty years ago. She needs a man who shows up." Pause. That sounds not just like someone who crossed a border, but also like someone who crossed the damn highway, bridge, and state borders also exist. Fans devoured it like it was Thanksgiving drama with a side of betrayal stuffing. Twitter exploded. Instagram blogs were in overdrive. YouTubers interrupted their mukbangs to weigh in. The general consensus is that Kirk may be dramatic, but Joc was just too comfortable. Rasheeda was either planning her departure or playing both sides. This isn't simply love and hip-hop. It's the divorce court features Joc, the jester. Even Spice, who usually keeps her own business unless there's a beat involved, allegedly told a producer, "Y'all better roll cameras on this. This is larger than anything we faked last season." And in the group chat, Foo. The cast's private text thread was pristine. One unknown source published screenshots of cast members selecting sides, as it were. There has already been a reunion episode. Carly reading as usual was messy. Rasheeda has always been shady. I also saw her and Joc up close at one of the club events last month. Erica Mena jumped in only to stir the pot. Kirk is crying right now. But let us not forget what he did in the hot tub and return to a 1-4. Even Scrappy, who wasn't even participating, decided to join in with a simple damn it, because sometimes that's all you need. Producers panicked as the cast went nuclear in the group conversation. They scheduled an emergency meeting, which in love and hip-hop terminology means someone will get mixed up and gaslighted in the next hour. But who will take responsibility for this mess? Kirk is still ghosting. Rasheeda is sitting in her car, watching the second video in shock. Joc is supposedly sitting low, which most likely means he has turned off comments on his Instagram. And while we're at it, let's speak about Joc, because everyone keeps questioning if he actually crossed the line. Was this emotional cheating? A failed PR stunt? Is it wrong? Or is Joc simply being Joc? Inadvertently outrageous with terrible timing and poor judgment? Well, let's look at his track record. Baby mama drama, infidelity accusations, inappropriate jokes during solemn scenes, boundaries with married women, apparently not found. So, when people say Joc wouldn't do something to Kirk, we need to know what evidence they have. Meanwhile, Kirk resurfaces, but not to speak with Rasheeda. Instead, he enters into a production meeting. with puffy eyes and tight lips. Holding the flash drive is like an exhibitor in a federal case. He slaps it on the table and shouts, "Play it for them. Let the whole team see what I saw." When they do, there are gasps and stillness. A producer apparently stated, "Well, this changes everything." It is worth noting that the tape was not only intimate. It was, "I did not cheat on you, but I also failed to tell you everything, which is my fault." And there concludes section 2, because when things begin to part 3 starts up where part 2 left off, with potential legal consequences, network damage control, and a decision that might change everything. So, where have we left off? Oh right, Rasheeda has acknowledged to not telling Kirk everything. Kirk is still silently boiling over, and Mint just dropped the truth bomb. No one else had the guts to scream. Neither of y'all are innocent. And now we're officially entering what I like to call the no going back zone, because up until now it was drama. After the second video surfaced, there were tears and thigh touching in hotel rooms, but now there are lawyers, contracts, reputational damage, and the kind of network panic that causes producers to conduct emergency Zoom calls on Sundays. Yes, the one with Rasheeda plotting a prospective transition to another reality program without informing Kirk or production execs at VH1. Really lost it. Call Rasheeda confidential on a showrunner's phone from 2 weeks ago, despite correspondence indicating otherwise. A leaked screenshot revealed a vague calendar invite labeled "All Opportunity." Now, we're not just dealing with scandal. We're talking violation of contract, network treachery, and the very real prospect of Rasheeda being yanked from the franchise entirely. One anonymous executive told an insider site, "We've dealt with adultery, maternity, physical altercations, but negotiating a spin-off behind our back, that's a whole new level of audacity." Meanwhile, another insider said the network was in full damage control mode, trying to edit the season to reframe the drama as a misunderstanding. But darling, the internet already saw it. You can't unsee Joc massaging his thigh and murmuring beautiful betrayal. Now, let's talk about the man whose entire demeanor this season has been visibly betrayed. After 48 hours of radio silence, Kirk Frost broke his quiet in the most Kirk-like fashion imaginable, filming a solo confessional in all black, no jewelry, and with more sighs than a frustrated therapist. His precise words, "I gave her everything." And maybe that's the problem. Sir, you publicly cheated on her, with receipts and reunion specials. So maybe when you offer too much, people forget how to value you. Let's not go poetic right away, but Kirk is wounded. Even if he's done worse, this hurts because it wasn't some outside chick attempting to damage their link. It was his own wife laughing in a hotel room with the man he considers a friend. Insiders say Kirk met with a divorce attorney simply for information, not action, but that didn't stop him from moving out of their shared house for a few days, sleeping at an Airbnb described by sources as poorly furnished and most likely Rasheeda. Meanwhile, sat at home, not filming, not responding to media, simply spiraling. According to one acquaintance, she's overwhelmed, as if everything she constructed is falling and she's afraid she won't be able to repair it. Let's get messy and legal for a moment, since theoretically, if Rasheeda was negotiating behind the network's back while still under contract, especially if she released her own footage to create pity and enhance interest, that's grounds for a lawsuit. Lawyers in the meantime, Kirk's team is considering taking legal action against the person who leaked the original flash drive, not Rasheeda herself. This includes Joc, as there is still no documented source for how Kirk acquired the film. Some think it was a fired crew member. Others believe it was Joc himself transmitting it as a joke before understanding the ramifications. And one theory suggests Joc's assistant dropped it during a cast party by mistake. The reality remains unknown, but the finger pointing has already begun. Speaking of Joc, let's be honest, his brand was already fragile. The man's career has primarily been defined by tremendous shock, is being tagged as a marriage wrecker, a devious friend, and perhaps worst of all, messy. In this game, Messy's career is over if he doesn't have charm, so sponsors are reportedly pulling out. Joc has been the subject of memes, baby mama drama, and that time he wore a perm and became a trending issue. A wig manufacturer that Joc was meant to collaborate with secretly backed out, and a nightclub event he was presenting modified the Flyer to remove his name. Joc's official comment is still awaiting, and he's been laying low. A paparazzi recorded him talking to a companion as he exited a studio while wearing a hoodie and avoiding questions like the IRS was pursuing him. It wasn't even like that, man. They were twisting it. Don't even touch her like that, sir. The hand was on her thigh, and we all saw it. Now, here's where things get even more explosive. Reunions are coming up, and producers are already preparing them like it's the Met Gala of emotional warfare. Separate green rooms, more security, and allegedly even to moderators in case someone attempts to walk out or throw hands. The idea is to get Kirk, Rasheeda, and Joc in the same room and show the film on a wide screen for maximum pain. One producer allegedly stated,